This is probably the shot that most amateurs dread the most, the dreaded sand trap or bunker shot. Now, what I've done here is the ball's in a pretty good lie, but I want to talk to you a little bit about the principles of how to get the ball out of this. We've seen more different swings and flailing shots and sand flying everywhere in Pro-Am golf tournaments with people trying to figure out how to hit the sand shot. Well, what I want to do is try to make it very simple for you. Think about back when you were young and you were in a swimming pool with a bunch of your friends, and what did you usually go up to them and do? You went up and tried to splash them with water. And how did we do that? Well, in order to splash water, you got to come up from a real steep angle and hit down and into the water, and what happens? The water comes up. That's the physics of the motion. You come down, you don't come flat. You come flat, you can't splash much water. But if you come up and down into the water, it explodes that water up into their face or whatever, and you got a good laugh out of it. Well, the same thing applies here. What we're going to try to do is splash sand into this imaginary person right in front of us. So this is what's going to happen. We're going to take our stance again. We're going to always open up to the shot, and we're going to take the club very outside, almost on that square motion. We've got the face open in this case, but we're going to try to hit right here about 2 inches behind the ball and splash that sand up at that flagstick. You see how easily that ball popped out of there? That's all you have to think. That's the only mental thought you should have is, okay, I'm going to take a normal, pick it up, hit that sand like I'm trying to splash somebody right in front of me. It's going to help you get out of the bunker every single time. Now, I've talked to you about how to splash sand and get the ball up on the green. But let's talk about the proper ball position in order to do that. We know that normally we put the ball in the middle of our stance, but when we get in the sand, we're going to move it up almost where we would play a driver in a normal stance. It's going to be up off of our left heel. So we're going to set up with our knees a little flexed. Again, we're trying to keep this part of our body quiet, so we don't want to make much of a move. We'll make a little bit of a turn, but not that much of a turn. But play the ball forward because that lets us reach a little bit more down into the sand and the ball will come up. So there again, we're going to try to splash this imaginary person right up there at the pin. A good stance, splash. Works every time. Only I've had 35 years of practice doing it. So you start practicing and you'll be that good with it too.